For more than a decade, Tesla has been the undisputed king of the electric vehicle market. With sleek designs, cutting-edge technology, and the charisma of Elon Musk driving the brand, Tesla didn't just sell cars. It sold a vision of the future. Investors poured billions into the company, consumers lined up to pay deposits months in advance, and Wall Street declared Tesla untouchable. But today, the story looks very different. Behind the headlines and the hype, Tesla is facing a meltdown of epic proportions, one that has already wiped out more than $8 billion in market value. What was once seen as unstoppable momentum is now colliding with reality. Slowing demand, rising competition, and financial cracks that can no longer be ignored. The warning signs have been building for months. Sales growth is stalling, especially in key markets like China and Europe. Once the darling of innovation, Tesla is now losing ground to legacy automakers and aggressive newcomers alike. Companies like BYD are outselling Tesla in critical regions, and Ford, GM, and Volkswagen are all slashing prices to steal away buyers. Meanwhile, Tesla's margins, the profits that once made it the envy of the industry, are shrinking fast. Massive price cuts were meant to keep sales flowing, but they've instead triggered a race to the bottom. Tesla is selling more cars than ever, but making less money on each one, raising fears that the company's financial foundation isn't as solid as it once appeared. And the most dangerous threat? Consumer confidence. Surveys now show that Tesla's reputation has slipped dramatically in just a few short years. Quality complaints, service nightmares, and controversial decisions from Elon Musk himself have left many potential buyers looking elsewhere. For years, Tesla seemed untouchable. But now the cracks are spreading. And with billions of dollars in value already gone, the question is no longer, can Tesla stumble? It's how far could Tesla fall? Tesla's current meltdown isn't the result of just one mistake. It's the collision of several powerful forces hitting all at once. And together, they've created the perfect storm threatening the very core of the company. The first and most obvious problem is competition. For years, Tesla dominated the EV market almost uncontested. But those days are gone. Chinese automakers like BYD are producing cheaper, faster, and in many cases, more advanced vehicles that are taking over Tesla's strongest markets. In Europe, Volkswagen and Mercedes are expanding aggressively, while in the US, Ford and GM are pushing hard into EVs with trucks and SUVs, segments Tesla still struggles to match. The second problem is shrinking profits. Tesla built its reputation not just on innovation, but on financial strength. Its profit margins once crushed those of traditional automakers. But today, those margins are collapsing. To maintain sales, Tesla has slashed prices across nearly every model. And while that has kept production lines moving, it has gutted profits. Tesla is selling more cars than ever, but making far less money on each one. Third, Tesla faces a consumer confidence crisis. Once a symbol of status and futuristic technology, Tesla now suffers from quality issues that are impossible to ignore. Panel gaps, software glitches, and unreliable customer service. Add to that Elon Musk's increasingly controversial public persona, and suddenly, Tesla isn't just competing on cars, it's competing against its own damaged reputation. And finally, there's the stock market factor. Tesla's valuation was built on hype, optimism, and the belief that it could keep growing forever. But as reality sets in, investors are pulling back. Billions have already been wiped from its market value, and analysts warn the fall could accelerate if Tesla can't turn things around quickly. Together, these pressures, competition, shrinking profits, consumer distrust, and a collapsing stock price are creating the most dangerous moment Tesla has ever faced. The company isn't just fighting rivals, it's fighting for survival. The impact of Tesla's meltdown isn't just theoretical. It's already visible across every corner of the company. From its factories to its future projects, the cracks are widening, and the once unstoppable momentum is slowing to a crawl. Let's start with production. Tesla built its empire on the promise of scaling up faster than any competitor. Gigafactories in Texas, Berlin, and Shanghai were designed to pump out hundreds of thousands of vehicles each year. But now, these factories are facing delays, reduced output, and in some cases, underutilization. Reports suggest that production schedules have been quietly cut back as demand no longer matches the massive supply lines Tesla invested billions to create. Then there are sales. Tesla used to enjoy waiting lists so long that buyers would wait months just to get their car. Today, inventory is piling up. In the US, Tesla dealers are reporting unsold vehicles sitting on lots, something that was unthinkable just a few years ago. Price cuts were supposed to spark demand, But they've also sent a dangerous message. If you wait just a little longer, the price might drop again. That hesitation is costing Tesla real money. And what about the future projects? Vehicles like the Cybertruck and the long-promised $25,000 affordable Tesla were supposed to secure the next stage of growth. But both projects are bogged down in delays, cost overruns, and doubts. The Cybertruck launch, once hyped as revolutionary, has been met with skepticism. Its unconventional design has polarized customers, and its high price tag raises questions about whether it can compete in an already crowded EV truck market. Meanwhile, Tesla's self-driving dream, a technology Elon Musk has promised for years, is under intense scrutiny. Regulators are investigating safety concerns, lawsuits are piling up, and the once bold vision of a fully autonomous Tesla fleet now feels like a distant fantasy. The truth is simple. Tesla's problems aren't coming. They're already here. Factories are struggling, sales are slowing, projects are stalling, and investors are losing patience. And unless the company can find a way to turn the tide, the fallout will only grow worse. Tesla's meltdown isn't happening in isolation. The ripple effects are spreading far beyond the company itself, shaking up investors, employees, and even the entire electric vehicle industry. For investors, the pain has been brutal. Tesla's stock was once the crown jewel of Wall Street, a symbol of endless growth and disruption. Many investors, from large institutions to everyday people, poured their savings into Tesla believing it was the future of transportation. But as billions have been wiped from its market cap, those dreams are evaporating. Analysts warn that Tesla's valuation could fall even further if sales and profits don't recover soon. For many, what once felt like a ticket to financial freedom is turning into a nightmare. For workers, the crisis is hitting close to home. Tesla employs tens of thousands of people across its global factories. But when production slows, layoffs usually follow. Already, rumors are swirling about job cuts in certain plants. For workers who joined Tesla because they believed in its mission to change the world, the reality is becoming far less inspiring. Unstable schedules, cost-cutting measures, and an uncertain future. The same company that once promised to revolutionize transportation now faces the possibility of shrinking instead of growing. And then there's the EV market as a whole. Tesla wasn't just another car company, it was the pioneer, the leader, the one that proved electric vehicles could work. If Tesla falters, it sends a dangerous message to consumers and competitors alike. Confidence in EVs could suffer, and rivals may slow their own expansion plans. The EV revolution that once seemed unstoppable suddenly looks fragile. Even governments, which have invested heavily in EV infrastructure and incentives, are watching closely. If Tesla stumbles too hard, public support for EV adoption could weaken, making the transition to a cleaner automotive future far more uncertain. In short, Tesla's meltdown isn't just a company story, it's an industry story, and the shockwaves are only beginning to spread. The question on everyone's mind is simple. What happens now? Can Tesla recover from this $8 billion meltdown? Or is this the beginning of a long decline? On one hand, Tesla still has undeniable strengths. Its brand is powerful, its technology is advanced, and its global reach is unmatched among EV makers. Few companies can claim to have reshaped an entire industry the way Tesla has. That reputation alone gives it a chance to bounce back. But recovery will require more than hype, it will demand real results. To survive, Tesla will need to confront some hard realities. First, it must stabilize sales. Endless price cuts may have boosted short-term numbers, but they've damaged customer confidence. Tesla needs to rebuild trust with buyers and prove that its vehicles hold long-term value. Second, it must deliver on its promises. Projects like the Cybertruck and affordable EV must stop being someday ideas and start being real products that people can actually buy. And finally, Tesla must address the growing skepticism around self-driving. Without genuine progress and regulatory approval, the dream of a fully autonomous Tesla fleet could remain nothing more than a dream. But even if Tesla finds a way to steady itself, the road ahead is filled with challenges. Rivals like Ford, GM, Hyundai, and dozens of Chinese automakers are racing forward with their own EVs, often at lower prices and with fewer delays. Tesla is no longer the only game in town. It's just one player in a crowded field. The harsh reality is this: the EV revolution Tesla helped ignite may now move forward without it leading the charge. If Tesla cannot adapt, it risks becoming a cautionary tale, proof that even the biggest disruptors can fall. For years, Tesla was the king of electric vehicles. But today, the crown is slipping. The next chapter will decide whether Tesla can fight its way back, or whether history will remember this moment as the turning point when the EV king lost his throne.